Hello, just a little update. Still homeless, still carless, still working retail, barely surviving. Um, I'm trying to raise funds for one of my pet's operation, and apparently, I had no idea because this is my first time being homeless, and I hope it's the last time. I pray that it's the last time. To receive certain types of aid and help, you need a verification letter from an agency, a nonprofit, or social services to confirm that you are indeed homeless. It's 2025, and you can be employed and homeless. So I'm working homeless. That's the new category of poor here in the United States of America, in the great United States of America. We're supposed to be the richest country in the free world, and there's a boom of homeless people, especially homeless women, women of a certain age, um, people homeless with their pets, some with their children, some apart with from their children because you know there's no room. There's no room. Um, you can take one person in, one child in, one pet in, but you can't take a whole family, especially in the limited spaces that there is available because these ridiculous housing costs. Like, rent shouldn't be this high. Rent should not be a third of your income. That rule is backwards. It's freaking backwards. It's super backwards. I don't know who it benefits. It doesn't help anybody at all. And I've also been consistently applying for affordable housing places, even though I don't even meet the minimum income requirement. Like, on a good month, I might make $1,600. And yeah, that's okay money if you're a student, if you're a single kid still living at home, if you don't have any pets or obligations, if your other needs are being met and paid for. It's awesome. It's great money. You get to save a little coin here and there. But not for an adult woman, not for a woman of nearly 50 with a disabled child, with pets and obligations, and using public transportation. Public transportation is so ridiculous. It's so expensive. I've been spending at least $60 a week taking public transportation to and from work. And if I'm not going to work, I'm visiting my child, who I also have to, like, who 100% financially depends on me. If I don't help her, if I don't support her, she has nothing. Nothing at all. She won't have food. Her pets won't have food. She won't have any medicine. She won't have any hygiene products. She won't have anything. And because of her illness, which is they're trying to erode from, from being protected under the Disability Act, which again, that's a whole other thing. Like, to prove that you're disabled and unable to work because of this degenerative illness that has no cure, that gets worse and worse each year. 1 year is bad. Okay, now you compound that. Like, what was bad 5 years ago, it's 10 times worse now. And, you know, and it's my fault. It's my fault. I should have been stronger. Like, I keep telling myself I should have been stronger. I shouldn't have let being stalked erode my sense of self as much as it did. I shouldn't have let the microaggressions and bullying at work also get to me at the same time. But then I was dealing with my kid's illness, going to the hospital literally every month. We were in the ER trying to figure out what was wrong because it was just so scary and bad. And seeing them lose so much weight rapidly in such an unhealthy manner, losing their hair, seeing like the rib cage and just like their bones showing through, and they're not built to be that thin at all. Like that's not their normal state. I myself have lost a little bit too much weight too fast, too quickly, where I have like really dry skin, really loose skin, dark circles, and I know that you have to look a certain way while looking for a job, and I just don't have the energy. I just don't have the will to look presentable. Like I take advantage of the fact that I have access to a shower, and so I take a shower every day, every chance I get. I take a shower, but I don't have access to a kitchen. I don't have access to a fridge. The only ones I do have are here at work, and I have to eat like literally like I don't know, dorm style meals, and I'm 40 years old. I'm over 40 years old, and I'm eating like a damn toddler. Um, and somehow I'm supposed to be like cheery here in customer service. Here, and yeah, so I'm just praying that eventually I'll go viral or something. Somebody hears my story, or I don't know. I guess you can call it maladaptive daydreaming, but I try to go to my happy place, to my safe place when things get too hard, because if I don't think I'd be here. Um, and it has to get better. Like it's already bad, right? Like it has to get better, and I can't lose hope because, and I say that while feeling hopeless, but I still have that glimmer, that little shred, that tiny little microcosm of maybe, possibly, my fortune is going to turn around for the best. And so I cling to that with everything that I have. Just like I try to cling to my humanity with everything that I have, because being homeless, being poor, erodes your humanity. It does. It erodes it. Um, People don't see it. People take it away from you. They don't see you as human anymore. And it doesn't have to be strangers, it could be your own family and friends. Because um, I have gone no contact with a couple of my siblings, and I'm okay with it. I guess that's what it's like being the eldest child, having people being okay with you sleeping next to garbage. They're okay with that. And I don't care to mend those relationships anymore, because they've shown who they are, for better or worse. I'm not judging them, but they've shown who they are, and they're okay with how I'm living right now. I would not be okay with that, me personally, if one of my siblings was living like that. I'd be really upset for them, at them, you know? So, yeah, you being like, I have nothing to give to anyone anymore. I guess you can say I'm a little bit selfish, or but it's hard to be selfish when you have nothing. How can you be selfish when you have nothing? There's no way. I'm just trying to preserve whatever I have of me. It's self-preservation. I'm not being selfish. I don't know why I said that. I guess it's conditioning of always putting myself last and never first, because, I'm the oldest of several kids. And yeah, there's that. So I don't know if I put my Cash App or my PayPal in my bio, but if anyone can give anything, I'd appreciate it. If not, just, stick around and view. You know, let's, homeless to a million views, homeless to $1 million, homeless to 1 million subscribers, what have you. But let's do this, right? Because all we have is us, especially with this current political climate and this regime. And oh yes, vote yes on Proposition 50 if you live in California, because um, no kings. The orange one wants to be king, so no kings. This is not a monarchy. This is not a dictatorship, and he is declaring war on his citizens. He's supposed to represent this country. He's supposed to fight and advocate for the interests of the citizens of this country, and he's just profiting. He is a grifter. So I'm sure if you've stayed this long, you know that I'm talking about 47, the orange bovine waste. Um, but yeah, vote blue. Uh, Vote yes on Proposition 50 if you're in California. And also, let's do a background check on every political candidate, because one of my biggest gripes is when people come shopping to get that, retail rush, that retail therapy, and they ask so many questions for the most asinine things. But when it comes to politics, when it comes to voting, when it comes to like finding out what measures or propositions or laws are being passed, they don't ask anything. They just agree with whoever is the loudest and the most popular, or even the best looking, who, or their one issue voters. And they're like, well, I don't care about everything else as long as he's against this and that or whatever. And it's like, y'all be asking so many questions for the dumbest things, but when it comes to things that really matter, life or death, here in the US, in politics, and questioning our leaders or who you want to be your leader, you don't ask them any questions. So let's ask questions, okay? We are not a free country if we can't critique or question our leaders. We are not a free country if we cannot critique or question our leaders. Okay? All right. Wish me luck.